Hello everyone and welcome to Harv's World, where we are back in the Yukon one more time, two more times, who knows how many more times. We're going to be here for a while because there's a lot going on. We have a lot going on now. Holy crap, we've got a lot going on. How's everybody doing? Looks like we've got Vivid, we have got Louie, Bradley, Hunter, Andrew, and Gary. What's the good word, guys? What's the good word? Hope everybody's having a good week so far as I crash into the into the dock. Oh, I'm here with Caveman. Sharko is not apparently going to be able to join us today. He's got a lot going on. Probably helping out with his family. They've got a lot going on. He's constantly building something or helping them build something or doing something. But that means one thing and one thing only. That means our vehicles will be very, very safe. Nothing going in the lake today, but we do have Caveman with us. Say hi, Caveman.
Hello.
Yes, as you saw on the thumbnail, it is the Harv's World 1 year anniversary. 1 year ago tomorrow, to be exact, I posted my very first video on YouTube. I was not the streaming giant that you see before you then. Okay, I'm not the streaming giant that you see before you now, but we're getting there. Look at that. Almost $300,000 worth of whiskey. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Now, if you caught us on Saturday, you saw us do a whole bunch of potato planting. Well, surprise, surprise, those potatoes are ready to go. Looks like we're going to be able to start making some, start utilizing our potato factory. We just got to get them out of the ground. And in order to get them out of the ground, we have this beast right here. $450,000 later. We put this on order right after we, put this on order right after we planted that potato field. If I can get it on this barge. There we go. Man, this thing is bigger than I anticipated. It's all good. Oops, turn the engine off. I need to start that back up. Okay, Newall, how you doing, my man? Good to have you with us for the 1 year Harv's World anniversary. Bradley, you have news. Oh, and Caveman was off selling off some soybeans and corn. There's another 110,000. Which one was that, Caveman? The soybeans or the corn? And another $250,000 worth of soybeans. We are raking it in, and we haven't even gotten started yet. Bradley has excellent news. Bradley, what is your excellent news, my man? Tell us what's going on. And then we'll catch up with Hunter and his news also. What else do we have to get done today? Oh, we have something big to show you guys. Something big. But we have to get back up to the main farm for that, and we're not going to be up there for a while, but yeah, something very, very cool has taken place up there at the main farm. Well, let's see. Bradley is not filling us in on his news. Hunter is starting to pick up fast, or pick up subs, he says, and is doing well. Good for you, buddy.
That's good.
He had a little tractor pull video that popped up recently. I hope I'm going to... I can never tell where I'm going on this bloody lake. And yeah, Newall, for being 1 year, I think we've done fairly well. It hasn't exactly been a lightning fast year. I mean, it feels like just yesterday that first video went up, but We're doing well. We are doing well. I have no complaints. Harv's World has actually done a lot better than I originally anticipated, so nothing but pleased about that. The move to Nevada is is proving to be quite the challenge. Actually, the moving part to Nevada isn't going to be the hard part. It's the finding a bloody place to live. Oh my gosh. There's some kind of massive housing shortage over in Nevada. And you can't hardly find an apartment that's available. It's like pulling teeth. I swear to God, it's like pulling teeth. Nah, that's not true. Pulling teeth would be far, far easier. Far easier.
That's bad. Pulling teeth is easier. That's bad.
I'm actually not even exaggerating. It's been a big challenge. And if I'm completely honest, I'm a little bit frustrated at the moment by the whole situation. Oh, who are we getting off here first? Where should I send this truck, Caveman? Does it need to go to the factories, or should I send it up to the sawmill?
Which truck?
Flatbed.
Send it to the sawmill, I guess. Goodest place any.
Oh, congratulations, Bradley. Apparently, he jumped into a stream with the map maker the other day.
Cool.
Beaver Creek Sawmill on its way. I hope this one makes it. The last one bloody well didn't.
Oh.
No, so he's got a Yukon River 3.0. And you told us, Bradley, you told us that he said he wasn't going to do much more work on this map because FS22 was coming out. So what's that all about, buddy? Double checking to make sure my chat hadn't frozen again and I crashed into a building or into a pipeline. Did you... Hey, Grudius Maximus, thanks, buddy. Thank you. I was just telling these guys, it seems like just yesterday that I posted my first video. Hard to believe it's been a year already. A very successful year too, if I might add, I should say.
At least it was successful.
That's true. So basically what you're telling me, Bradley, is he can't make up his mind. Or you can't. Is it him or is it you? That is the question.
But what is the answer?
The answer is headlands.
Headlands is the answer.
It is today.
Okay, well, the cartons and the pallets have been delivered to the potato plant, or factory, or whatever you want to call it.
Excellent.
Potato place.
I am harvesting our potato field.
Okay, there should be lumber down here somewhere.
Oh, the longwood?
Yes. It should be here.
I hope I can get a complete headland pass around this before this is full. But I will need a chaser at some point.
I just hope it's I hope the truck's low enough to chase.
Oh, you mean the trailers aren't too tall?
Yeah, I don't know if they're too tall or not. We'll find out.
We will find out.
Worst case scenario, we've got the dump truck.
Well, I'll tell you, Grudius, this is a special mod pack by Kaz64 to do a bunch of different root crops that he normally does on his on the maps that he provides, the maps that he creates. He adds a whole bunch of different crops, and so he created this to harvest those crops faster. We tried to keep this one semi-realistic. We can't really control the speed that he set it at, but you can buy this thing with a tank that'll hold 500,000 liters, but we only got 90,000 liters in this one, so we wouldn't be too far off the realism path on that. But it's a great pack when it comes to doing root crops. I can't recommend it enough. It's the Ropa. What's it called? Ropa. Let me look. I'll show you.
Ropa something. Okay, well, it looks like that's going to be fine because the dump truck's tiny under it.
It's the Ropa Panther 2 by Kaz64. Oh, you're running the dump truck?
Well, I was already in it. I wanted to see how far off it was.
Oh, I thought we were using the big trailers.
I think they'll fit. I think they will.
Oh, you were measuring it against the... I
Yes.
gotcha. I got it now.
I knew this would work, so I was using it as a measurement.
No
That's
worries, Bradley. No worries. Well, when we realized that Caveman was building this field to be big enough to feed a small nation, we also realized that a normal harvester just wasn't going to cut it. We have reached a point on this map. Now, we did start off... We've kind of gotten away from it. We started off with a little bit of a role-play scenario, which we're still doing a little bit to some degree. And we were trying to keep everything as realistic as possible. There is so much going on this map that we're starting to have to push the limits just to keep up with everything. We have got the whiskey factory. We have got the potato factory. We've got pallet factory, cardboard container factory, sawmill, coal mine, gold mine, and our standard farm. And then now we've got our potato farm down here, which is a completely separate entity. So we're starting to have to push the boundaries of realism a little bit.
Do you know where the potatoes go to the potato factory at?
Somewhere in the potato factory. There's little markers all around that bloody building. I'm not sure which is which.
Yeah, I'm not either, because there's a lot of them here that are just weird.
I know there's one that looks like a tip in over there, but I don't think that was for potatoes.
It's not.
Look on the back side of the building. They all have signs that will tell you what they're for. That much I know for sure.
Yeah. I don't see one that says potatoes. The one that looks like a tip-in on the side doesn't have a sign.
And it's not tipping potatoes over there.
Mm-mm.
Make sure you're pulling up really close to the building too. Hey Tommy, how you doing, bud? Thank you so much, man. Bread is just raw toast. That's absolutely correct. Bread is raw toast. Thank you very much. Thank you. Greatly appreciated, my friend. Oh, that's nice, Bradley. New crops added. That's always a bonus. I like having more crop options. That's one of the things I always liked about Kaz's maps is he provides so many different options. Although we had that challenge on Island Life where I had to plant one of every crop and I didn't think I was ever going to get through them all. But it keeps things from getting stale.
Yep, it's not tipping in, not even with forced tip in.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
I wonder if it's going to be one of these weird things where it just doesn't like this particular truck.
Oh, maybe it's too tall?
Yeah, we've had that issue before.
Oh, where's the potato factory? Right there. Let's take a look at this thing. Potato factory.
I looked. I didn't
French
see the
fries.
really see a trigger. Oh. I'll get these transferred over at
Baked
some point to the other
potatoes.
trailer.
And it won't acknowledge you at this tip-in point, which looks like it's where the potatoes should go.
It won't even let me force tip in there.
Okay, that's where I tipped in the sunflowers. I remember that. Cartons there.
I'll try it with the other trailer. See
Pallets
what it
there.
does.
Yeah, that's got to be the spot because I've looked at every sign. Well, that's going to be crappy if we because we've got four. Oh well, you'll have to tip them into the silo, and then we can load them back up.
Wow, this thing's already almost full.
Well, I had 80,000 liters of potatoes in here.
Okay. Let me go get what I put in the silo out and see if it'll take it from this.
And you had 40,000 liters in the dump truck, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, and we've barely touched this field, and we've got 120,000 liters of potatoes already.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Well, what's the new crop, Bradley? That's what we want to know at this point. What's the new crop?
What's getting a new crop?
He said Yukon River Valley 3.0.
Oh, well, he was talking about adding multi-fruit.
Yeah, last we heard about it was that he was shutting down the operation or not going to do any more on the map because of FS22 coming out.
I guess he decided to do what he said he was going to do before he said that.
I guess so. People need to do what they say they're going to do. I still want to know what the new crop is, though.
We'll find out soon enough, I guess.
I suppose so. I'm doing a crappy job of driving this potato harvester right now, I'll tell you.
I mean, it's got GPS.
It's the GPS that's screwing me up. I switched over to GPS and I haven't found my groove yet.
Oh.
Is it tipping in those potatoes?
I'll let you know in just a second.
Alright.
I found a random collision, and yes, it'll tip in out of these.
Yeah,
It just
so
doesn't like that dump truck.
that's because it has no taste. How can you not love that dump truck?
I don't know. It's something with this map and not liking that dump truck.
I don't know what Sharko's doing today. He didn't tell us. He just said, I don't think, I may not be able to make the stream, but I'll get there if I can. But I can almost guarantee he's helping his family build something. They've been doing like a lot of construction lately.
A whole lot of construction.
Yeah, they own a business and they've been putting in a showroom, and I think they're building an addition onto the house, and Sharko keeps sending us pictures of the equipment that he breaks in real life too, so.
It's not just a game thing with Sharko.
Oh no, he takes us seriously. It's like, if I'm going to break stuff, I'm going to do it for real. I hope he doesn't put the family truck into the lake, though. Let's see, what have I gotten from him so far? I've gotten broken leaf springs, and what was he saying the other day? There was it a loader that the bolts fell out of, and he broke that? And
Something like, it was some kind of loader, and there was also the wasn't there an incident with a bad hydraulic line or something, and
probably.
a tire.
That's Sharko.
Well, at least he hadn't sent us any photos of him hitting a barn yet.
That's true. Of course, if he does, then I would just have to ask if he'd been born in that barn.
If he was born in that barn.
Or ask how many times his parents have asked if he was born in a barn. So we bought these factories down here, and it came with a buttload of land, but when we surveyed the land to find out where might be a good place to plant a field, we only ended up with this section in this general vicinity that had the best soil in it. So we've limited our fields down here to this one for now.
Plenty big for a potato field, though.
The number of potatoes we're going to get off this field is just outrageous. In fact, I would almost say
Worst case scenario, we can always sell them.
that's the point of the potato factory. Did that fill up that little front trailer already?
Yes.
Now I have to tell you, I've been using the speed matcher with the Shift 4, and that thing does a great job. I'm becoming addicted to it. If I've got a helper in the field harvesting or something, I can just pull up with my chaser and hit Shift 4 and automatically match the speed. Which is incredibly handy. Sounds good, Bradley. Thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Now, what I'm curious about is how that potato factory, because it should have everything it needs to make everything it can make now. It's got potatoes, it's got pallets, it's got sunflowers.
We will find out. It is active.
And it's got cartons. So I'm curious how it's all going to break down because we're going to have baked potatoes, sorted potatoes, and french fries. We're going to be the J.R. Simplot of the Yukon.
Well, shouldn't take too long to start turning out something.
I forgot how fast this thing unloads, too.
I'm gonna go run over and dump these.
I don't think you're going to have room for them all.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have room for this whole field either, but
The factory, I think, only holds 120,000 liters.
no.
Oh, the
It was
whiskey.
at 40 something percent.
Somehow we've got a full whiskey factory. Hey, Patrick, how you doing? Hey, thanks for, I'm going to show you, because I installed it, and it's working great for that, the mod, the info menu mod, or info mod, because we've got labels on all of our crops now, which on a map like this really helps because there are so many different items that have been included that keeping track of what's what sometimes is a real challenge. We're just progressing through our production line. So we've got the gold mine. The gold mine's been doing well. We need to get that running again, but we have the sawmill, we got the pallets, we got the cartons, all leading up to our potato factory. And we need to send a flatbed over to the whiskey factory to clear that out. How's our whiskey price right now since I sold it all off? Probably horrible.
After I deliver these, I'll run take care of the whiskey factory.
Where are our flatbeds at this point? Do you have any idea?
There's a couple at the pallet factory.
Oh, that's perfect. Oh, we weren't necessarily going to put potatoes back in this field. We were going to plant something like wheat or barley down here. We forgot about that, caveman.
We sure did.
Because we were going to have enough potatoes to keep the potato factory going for a long time. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Bradley. I appreciate you saying so. I do too, actually. I've really been looking forward to this week. It's been pretty stressful trying to get everything set up for the trip to Nevada. Like I said earlier, I'm struggling to find a place to live. Yeah, absolutely, Patrick. Like, yeah, I mean, you can see just a cardboard, carton paper, cardboard pallets, different kinds of potatoes, crude oil, kerosene, limestone, pay dirt. So much on this list, it's hard to keep track of everything.
Okay, well,
Hey, Sirius, how you doing, man? Um, yeah, this is the um, this is the Ropa Panther pack by Kaz64, or the Ropa Panther 2. I showed everybody earlier. I'll pop it up again. Yeah, the Ropa Panther 2 by Kaz64. It's a specially modded one that he did for his maps. He does a lot of different root crops on his maps, and so he needed a bigger, better, faster harvester because his maps always include outrageously sized fields like what's that? The one on the Wild West map. The biggest field on that map is 2,000 acres. And then the Land Down Under map,
massive.
Land Down Under has a 5,000 plus acre field on it. And I want to say that's field 17.
Field 17 on Land Down Under is the biggest field on that map.
Yep. Yeah, because that was a joke that he pulled on Clutch. Because when he did Island Life, he made field 17 the size of a postage stamp. Because everybody knew that field 17 on Land Down Under was so massive, they assumed that the field on Island Life was massive. And they were supposed to have a harvesting contest. And so Clutch was gearing up for some massive hours long harvest with tons of equipment and all of that, and it turned out to be nothing. Just a little practical joke. Oh, you did park the truck down here. Hey, we're getting through this field pretty quick. I was gonna say I'm just about to the point where I need to empty out here.
Going to the whiskey factory to get whiskey barrels.
Oh, that potato factory will hold 500,000 liters, so we shouldn't have any problem storing what we've got. We're not going to get quite as many potatoes off of this as we anticipated, I think.
It doesn't look like it, does it?
And apparently full stop does not work completely with this harvester. It tried.
It never has.
It tried.
It tries. It just doesn't always. I think it goes too fast for full stop to work properly.
It does go too fast. Luckily, it empties quick.
Yes, it does.
Get over there. Well, we do not have the chattiest crew in the farm sim world today.
No, we don't.
What's going on out there, guys? What maps are you playing right now? And yes, Bradley, I know about upper, what is it? Upper Mississippi River Valley. Well, the whiskey factory that we have is in the city.
There is.
Canadian product 16 times map, version 5. Ricci's Hollow. I've heard really good things about the Ricci maps. And everything is fast. The Crone M, 80 meters wide at 30 miles an hour. That's outstanding.
Okay, am I going to sell the whiskey
No,
or just pick it up?
just pick it up. It's we can get a lot better price for it. We're obviously not hurting for cash at the moment, so
Okay.
ah, Tago. Bring me back something, man. Bring me back some Cajun shrimp pasta and some of those little Red Lobster garlic butter biscuits, man.
Yeah, those garlic butter biscuits are the best thing on the planet.
No, not exactly, Bradley. Not exactly. We must have competition streaming today.
DJ Goham, I think, is streaming.
Well, that answers that question. Harv's World does not compete with DJ Goham. It's all good. It's good. It's good. Well, we're over halfway done.
Yep, over halfway.
That's actually a good point, Patrick. If this field wasn't this big, this speed would be incredibly unwieldy. I found that when I was doing Almost a Farm. Almost a Farm has some pretty small fields on it. And you get tiny fields in this big fast harvester, and it's just too much. Why can't you get out of the house, Vivid? What's that hauling? 143,000 liters, caveman?
Yes, 143,000.
Those will go to the potato factory still, by the way. It'll hold 500,000 liters up there.
Okay, well,
Just so
I was
you
going
know.
to keep sending it there until it decided it wouldn't.
Oh, well, I saw you headed toward our silo.
Oh, potato factory's this way.
It is?
Uh,
I
yeah,
thought it was
you
straight. Oh, yeah. You got to go up past the John Deere dealership. That's right. My bad. Shutting up.
This way is a little bit quicker than going the other way.
Oh, I see, Vivid. Are you old enough to take the bus? Well, thank you, Bradley. In this world, we all need all the friends we can get.
You got that right.
The one thing that I'm dreading is disassembling my computer to pack it up for the 3-day drive to Nevada, because I'm going to be having some serious withdrawal.
3-day drive.
Well, 20 years ago I could have done it in 2. Ah, I hear you, Vivid. I hear you. The way it's looking right now, I'm probably going to be living out in the middle of nowhere myself. That's kind of what it's looking like at the moment. If I can even find somebody who's got a place available. I don't know what the deal is in Nevada, but right now, man, property's at a premium.
Yeah.
The nice thing is we're getting 125% yield off of this. You can kind of see in
Oh,
the
wow.
mini map, not that way, but the precision farming tells us what our yield is, and it's popping up at 125%. So because we did our precision farming correctly, we get a 25% bonus to our yield.
Oh, yeah.
Which basically means scanning, liming, and fertilizing in the proper order.
And putting down the proper amounts.
Correct. But our fertilizer spreader and lime spreader does that automatically.
Correct.
Although, I think I saw in the last couple days that there was an update to precision farming. I don't know what it was, but I'd swear I saw an announcement by Giants. Anybody pay attention to that or find out or hear about it?
All I heard was there was going to be an update coming to precision farming, but they hadn't announced anything about it yet.
Yeah, Patrick, and it's very similar here. Like, we needed our paper factory. We need our pallet factory to run our paper factory, and our paper factory to run our potato factory, but we need the sawmill to be able to make pallets. Oh, and we needed the coal mine to be able to run the paper factory. So, yeah, everything feeds into something else. Oh, that precision farming hasn't updated yet? I thought you were going to come and chase me, caveman. But you just pulled the truck up.
Yeah, just pulled the truck up.
Doesn't this thing raise? There we go.
Yes, it does raise up and down.
Watch that trailer fill. (2010), you know. Wow, congratulations. I mean, that was 11 years ago. You don't even want to know when I graduated from high school. But I'm going to tell you anyway. It was 1984. Believe it or not. Fair enough, Louis. I was just wondering that same thing myself. Like, is precision farming updating for 19 or 22?
Based off what little bit I heard, it's supposed to be for 19.
It's hard to tell right now exactly what they're doing. I can tell you one thing: the mods have really dried up.
Yes, they have.
Not nearly as many mods being released, and the ones that are kind of okay. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate what the modders do, but there are days when you just go, yeah, we've seen that before. Well, I told you when I graduated, Bradley. If you're interested, you can do the math on that one. I mean, you graduated high school, surely you can do the math.
Provided you didn't go to Randolph Henry.
Never even heard of Randolph Henry.
The high school I went to, trust me, there's a reason people say they got a Randolph Henry education.
But you can do math, caveman.
Yes, I can.
I mean, nobody likes it very much. That's not true. I know some people who love math. Supreme Pizza, or Supremium Pizza, yeah, something like that. You have to farm 8 different ingredients to make the pizzas. Holy crap. Oh, outstanding, Patrick.
Yeah,
We graduated the same year.
what map is that on, Patrick?
I think he said Ricci's Hollow. Yeah, Ricci's Hollow.
That's insane. Yes, I can do math.
Can you? Can you do math, caveman?
Yes, I can do math.
Something else we're going to have to do here in the not too distant future is ramp up our logging operations. We're going to need some tree harvesters and log trailers. So we keep getting more and more stuff that needs timber or lumber.
You back up.
Well, we're sort of back. Waiting on the map to reload. Sorry about that, folks. The occasional internet hiccups.
hopefully after the move it'll be better.
Maybe. Vanilla. Always vanilla.
Depends on my mood.
Some form of vanilla, anyway. Apologize for that. I try to keep it off stream as much as possible, but it's okay, Bradley. No worries. We're just making smart alecky comments about math in general. Nothing personal, bud. No worries, man. And this map is so huge, it takes forever to load. Plus, we've got so much going on it now, so...
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't want to leave y'all sitting out there hanging. At least you see something happening.
Right? I like how as soon as you mentioned we'll be back soon, it jumped back from 3 to 13.
It jumped back what?
Right after you dropped out, it dropped down to 3 people viewing. Then
Yeah.
as soon as you said we'll be back soon, it dropped back up to 13.
Mm-hmm. All right, Patrick, take care, man.
Take care, Patrick.
And we'll have to wait for Caveman to sync up here, but I'm going to try to get into position. And I will have to reset up my bloody
GPS.
GPS. Anybody got a massage therapist they could send me? I could use a good neck rub right now. Absolutely. Positively.
I know a couple they're a bit away from you.
I'll tell them to drive fast. I'll be back. No, I am back. Patrick will be back.
One of them charges 75 an hour, the other charges 150 an hour.
No comment. Yes, Bradley. But that's... You can hit the tilde key to watch the map load up. That's absolutely true. Alright, then we need a modder who will get on that ASAP. I want a
That would be
harvest...
a script mod.
I want a harvester with a real life neck massager built into it. Yeah, give me the Harv family discount on that neck massage. You kind of see our trees growing over there. We got 450 trees planted. They're taking their sweet time about growing, though, but they are starting to grow at least. We're going to need every bit of them, and more, before this is done.
Oh yeah.
But we're making enough money now. We might just have to look into another forestry area.
Either way, we're gonna have to look into a harvester and a couple of trailers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Probably more than one harvester and probably more than one trailer.
Probably also wouldn't hurt to have a low boy to move the harvester.
Yeah, those harvesters tend to run awfully slow.
Bad enough trying to move them around on a normal size map. I can imagine the pain of trying to move them on this.
Set them on an auto drive course and then go have dinner and take a bath and watch a TV show and come back and then they finally got where you want them to go.
Maybe catch a nap.
Yeah. How many potatoes have we got over there in the potato factory now?
Well, it's still taking them, so
Not 500,000 liters yet. We got to be bloody close. Unless it's processing them a lot faster than I anticipated it would.
well, let's see. That's 3 loads have been taken over here, and we have 492,277.
So it's so close to full, it's not even funny. And man, our gold prices are garbage.
We already have 51,000 liters of French fries.
Really? And how much did the French fries sell for?
Uh,
Oh, I can look.
French. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. French fries, 2,720 per thousand at Royal Port.
Because everything is sold at Royal Port. How many baked potatoes do we have?
Not many.
Sorted?
Uh, Not many.
So apparently French fries are going to be our big producer.
Yeah. Baked potato, we have 5,233. Sorted, we have 6,541.
And we got over 50,000 liters of French fries.
Yes.
All right, that sounds good, Bradley. Thanks for checking that for us, man. It's more a curiosity. It's not like we're going to update our map anytime soon or anything, because that would require a new save, and we got way too much invested to start all over again.
Yes. That's very true.
I'm sure I've mentioned this a few times before, but anybody who didn't catch it, we almost tried to update from 2.3 to 2.4 because 2.4 has a big difference from 2.3 version on this map, and it was just going to be too much of a headache to try to get it to go, so we stuck with 2.3.
To go from 2.3 to 2.4 was basically going to mean we had to start completely over.
Yep. And there's a lot more trees on 2.4 than there are on 2.3, which would actually be helping us out right now. But we would have had to clear all of the land and rebuild all of the fields and rebuy all of the equipment. I mean, it would have just been a bloody nightmare.
And then hope we got the fields back in the same spot, or at least close enough.
Yep.
Not to mention the changes they did with the mining areas. That would have looked weird.
Oh yeah, the gold mines are completely different. They don't even look close to the same as they do right now on this version. They've got big pole lights and all kinds of crazy stuff on them. I got a question for you guys. I was just literally just now thinking about this. I think it's an interesting question. So, do you guys like just playing the pre-made fields and all of that, or do you enjoy creating your own? Oh, I'm completely full, dude. I didn't even realize it.
Well, let me flip around then.
Because I was thinking, there are pre-made farms on this, but we decided to make our own. And I actually really like the whole, build your own concept kind of thing. I think I prefer it, if I'm honest. I psyched you out because I got off my GPS track. I forgot to turn GPS back on. Oops.
Oh,
All right, Tago. Take care, buddy. Have a good one. That's probably a good point, though. Combination of pre-made fields and making your own. I've always found it very satisfying to merge fields.
the lag is real.
Yeah, it just spiked on me there too.
Park the truck.
Oh, we're almost done. Almost done. Now that's a fair point, Andrew. I wish there was a way that they could tell you how big. I mean, there should be a way to code that in. And I'm surprised a modder hasn't done it. Because it's obviously there's a ground state difference. And maybe even have an opportunity to label your own fields the way they do on the map. So if there's 20 fields on the map, why can't I label the field I just made 21?
That would be nice and convenient.
You know, it would be kind of cool too. Now that I think about that, it would be cool if in FS22. So let's say I've got a piece of land that I go in and I have to clear the rocks and shrubs and all of that, and I could turn it into a nice piece of farmland. Why doesn't the value of that land increase? So why can't I, develop farmland and then sell it for a higher price and make a profit like off of that? That would be kind of cool in my opinion. You could make a fortune on no man's land. Just improving the property for farmland and then selling it back off again. Or, you know how it always says you can't sell this land because you have placeables on there? Well, why can't the placeables be included in the price of the property but remain on the map? So you make your money back from
Very cool.
Make your money back from the placeables, but they're still on the map. They just become decoration. You can't really use them for anything, but you get your money back out of them. That's true too, Andrew. I've never been a fan of field flipping. I realize it's a game mechanic that some people take advantage of. And again, I always say it's your game, play it your way. Whatever's fun for you, but for me personally, I feel kind of cheaty to buy a piece of land, harvest the crop, sell the crop, and then sell the land back for the exact same price that you bought it for. So you've basically just gone in and stole some farmer's crop.
I think it ought to have I think it ought to be dynamic and change based off what's on the land instead of static, regardless of what's on it.
Yeah.
Would make it feel a little bit more realistic.
I think there are some maps, I think, in order to prevent field flipping, they have instituted a thing where when the field sells, it automatically gets put back to a cultivated state.
And there's a mod that you can install that'll make that happen on any map.
No, that's true. No field flipping mod. Welcome back, Patrick. And your bad case of
Welcome
acne.
back.
Oh, you didn't say you have a bad case of acne. You said you're like a bad case of acne. Thank God those teenage years are behind us. Yep, we got what you said, Bradley. Regardless, it's a great map. You know, there does come a breaking point, and I'm not saying he's reached it or anything, not by any stretch of the imagination, but there does come a point where you've got to say enough is enough. This is as good as it's ever going to get, because if you keep trying to push the envelope, sometimes you tear the envelope. And so knowing when to say when is actually very important.
Yes.
You don't want to overdo something and ruin it.
That can happen.
True enough. Oh, we're so close to done. I couldn't agree more, Patrick. If I could go back to about 25, but keep everything that I know right now, I would gladly go back. But if I had to go back and lose all of that, it's not worth it. Wisdom is far more precious. Far more precious. Oh, there we go. Thank goodness that's done. And how many liters of potatoes did we get off this? Do we have any idea?
Enough.
When we were talking potentially in the millions. You're full, man. Oh, you're not here.
No, I'm not. I
Oh, he started cultivating already.
yes, I did.
That's fair, Andrew. That's a very fair point, also. I actually look younger than I am, too. And everybody says I sound a lot younger. Nobody believes me when I tell them how old I really am. Ah, Vivid. Take advantage of it while you can, my friend. Take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Because trust me, 40 years from now, you're going to be going, dude, how did I get to be 50 plus years old all of a sudden? And it really is all of a sudden.
One day you're waiting till you can drive a car, and it seems like when you look back later in life, it seems like the next day you're like, oh, where'd the time go?
That's exactly right. Where did the time go?
We need a building down here to put our stuff in.
We do need to think about building up. Alright, I am headed up to our farm because we've got something that these folks need to see.
Oh, you're gonna go ahead and show them.
Yeah, you're welcome to ride up with me if you want to.
Uh, I kind of want to get this field finished.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point, Andrew. When my little sister turned 50, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah, Gary. We hear you. We hear you. It's not over. I mean, 50's 50, but it's far from over. Luckily, this dump truck hauls the mail. It won't take long to get back to the farm as long as I don't drive like Sharko. Which means I need to slow down over the railroad tracks.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Andrew. We must have been bad kids on my side because my parents didn't make it to our 50th birthdays. To be fair, they waited until they were much older. They were in their 30s when they started having kids, so we didn't have them as long as some other people do, but we appreciate the time that we did. That's a fair point also, Patrick. A dirt road you can drive 75 on. Although to be fair, I have run a few gravel roads at 60 or 70. And it wasn't even in a dump truck.
Just gravel.
Just gravel. I love this drive along the river here. It's one of my favorite parts of this map. Almost there. Almost there. That's right, Gary. Isn't that when it's the most fun, though? You're driving on a dirt road, and it's just, you're going just fast enough where it's almost out of control, but not quite.
That really is fun.
Yes, Bradley. Yeah, one time when I was younger, I don't remember what I was doing. It was early in the morning, though, just after sunrise, and I was driving down a backcountry road. Must have been going at a pretty good clip, about, I don't know, 40 or 50. I was in a little car, like a Pontiac T1000 or something like that, one of my very first cars, and came to a T intersection that wasn't marked. No stop sign, no nothing. Didn't know I was coming to a T intersection, and on the other side of the T was a big field that dropped, well, you dropped down into a culvert that was about 15 feet deep into a big field. And needless to say, I was on the brake pedal. I actually managed to jerk the emergency brake in the nick of time. Spun the car 90 degrees, and stopped just before I went over the edge into the culvert. I don't think I have those reflexes anymore. Alright guys, this is it. This is what we have to show you. We are no longer living in our own little private trailer park. See, the trailers are gone. What we've got now is a nice entryway right into our own little farm. Our own farmhouse. Nice little tree-lined drive. We've got the big windmill out front. Look at that beauty of a farmhouse. Check it out. We'll do a little walk around here. So over on the side here, we've got a little picnic area because, well, I'll show you in a minute what we've done. We need some extra room for folks to sit around. This is our farmhouse. We can go inside. Got a nice fireplace with the TV over it, showing the weather. The weather doesn't look terribly good there, does it? Dining room. Oh, speaking of pizza, we got pizza waiting on us. Somebody made pizza. A lovely kitchen. Very nice kitchen. Little sitting room with some grass growing up out of the floor. That's always outstanding. And then a nice big fat bedroom up here with a quilt. Some nice pictures on the wall. Some lovely windows actually that you can actually see out of. Very cool. So that is our new farmhouse. We are very, very pleased. Close the door. Nice big porch to hang out on in the evenings. Watch the sunset. We've got our grill set up out here. Sharko put in a nice big solar panel to power everything. That's going to be very handy. I was waiting for that, Gary. We take turns. Well, they take turns with me. Well, over here we've got our trailers parked just for some extra if we need it, because we also put in a place for our workers to sleep, so we can bring in helpers, farm hands, whatever. And we put 3 cabins in. Each of them can hang out in. And we've got 3 trailers, so we could have 6 workers living up here comfortably. Man, that grass is aggressive. There's a bathtub. They've got a little cook spot, a little sink, microwave. There we go. They've got their own little picnic area. And somebody mentioned an outhouse. Here's the outhouse. Fresh plywood inside, no less. So that's what we've got. That's what we've done. We have built our own little real place to live instead of living out of those trailers.
Helpers and farmhands get paid.
That's what I was about to say. Helpers and farmhands get paid. Slaves don't. So there you go. We have a real farm. A real place to live. A real place to call home. And in my opinion, that is outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And I didn't notice it until I came in, but the drive, the road that comes in from the main road, Caveman, actually drives straight into the farm, or the house. And
Nice.
yeah, Bradley, we could put you up in one of the cabins. We could easily put you in a cabin, man. Potentially, Patrick. I guess it depends on how you treat your children. Crops aren't growing too fast up here. The windmill is powering a pump. The pump feeds water into the house. I don't know if there's an actual fill point at the windmill. Like you're asking if you could fill a trailer with water or something there. I don't know. There are a lot of windmills that do. I don't know if this particular mod does, though. I didn't test that.
Don't think that particular one does.
I don't think so either.
I think it's just a decoration windmill.
We need a seeder down there, don't we?
If we're not planting potatoes, then yes.
I don't think we're planting potatoes.
I know you can pull them with the dump truck.
And that's what I got to pull it with.
Actually, I think that dump truck has hydraulics on the back of it.
Way to pay attention, Vivid. Kudos to you, my man. Yes, that is the Elk Mountain Ranch House. That's exactly what it is. Because what else would you build in the Yukon? It had to be some kind of a log structure, right?
Since we've showed them that we have workers' quarters and stuff, I guess it's time to see how well these workers actually work, right?
Absolutely. In fact, that's not what I wanted.
If he can handle plowing and cultivating a field.
Elk Mountain has done a very nice job with a lot of different mods. Well, thank you, Bradley. I very much appreciate that. Any way you can help get the word out, man, that's fantastic.
Yes, it is, and greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. What is that, what's the stop at those factories called? Town factories.
Town factories.
I got it.
Guess we're going to see if the worker can handle plowing and cultivating a field.
And we're going to see if a worker can drive your tractor down to the factories.
I thought you were going to pull it down with the dump truck.
Dude, have you seen the size of that field? We need both of our seeders.
Oh, you're bringing both. Okay.
I'm bringing one with the dump truck. I'm driving it down to get it there as quick as possible, and then the other one's coming down with the John Deere.
It'll take out one half a day to get here.
It's not that much slower. It runs 24. Trust me, we will barely have touched that field with the seeder before before that one gets here. Now, if only we could run course play in multiplayer, but alas, it does not work and play well.
But we haven't tried the version that they've got out on Mod Hub yet.
That's true.
But that also requires us to update auto drive as well. Yeah. I'll take a look at it later today.
I'm actually a little bit disappointed. I thought we were going to get a lot more potatoes off that field than we did.
Really?
Well, yeah, last stream, all three of us were speculating, 2, 3, 4 million liters of potatoes.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, Kevin, how you doing? Good to see you, man. We're going to have to build up a farmyard down there at that field because we can't keep hauling this equipment back and forth all the time.
Okay, the potato factory is full of potatoes.
Your gaming PC is 10 years old? Holy shnikes, Batman.
Whoa.
I'm impressed you kept it running that long.
You and me both.
I mean, technically, I guess there's no reason that it shouldn't or wouldn't, but still, most of the time something starts to crap out on you by then.
Yeah.
Excellent,
like
Kevin. Good to hear it.
I felt like I was doing pretty good with a computer that lasted 5 years.
Well, usually the software outpaces the hardware, and that's where you. It's not like computers just die generally. It's because they can't keep up with the software that's being put out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but a 10-year-old motherboard and CPU, I mean, those are the parts that are usually too slow to run the games. Although I guess if you keep updating the graphics card, that could probably keep you going for a good while.
At least a little while.
You're driving the Fent, aren't you?
No, I put a worker on the Fent.
Oh, what are you working on then?
I was getting the potatoes out of the field. They were still sitting in the middle of the field.
Oh, you hadn't moved the truck yet.
No, I
I was
hadn't.
like, well, the potatoes are gone. They've been harvested. I get
Oh.
it.
Now they're out of the field.
And
The potato factory is full, and the rest went in the silo.
excellent.
Oh, and apparently you can't trust a worker to do the job either because he went the wrong way.
Somebody left me a comment on the Ravenport walkthrough the other day and was like, I mean, people are new, so they're asking questions we all know the answers to, like, why can't you get a dang worker to finish a job on a field? They always leave part of it or this, that, and I was like, welcome to FS19. if they if they do nothing else, I hope they improve the AI in a big, big, significant way.
Right.
I mean, the guys who developed Courseplay obviously had some insight into how to manage that. So take some cues from them, giants. Teach your workers how to do headland passes to free up room so that they don't have troubles turning around at the end of a field and stuff like that.
Or maybe get it to where they're actually smart enough to do headlands.
I can understand that, Patrick, but I have seen them announce AI improvements in FS19 before that basically did exactly nothing. All right, the first seeder has arrived.
Well, I'm hoping the biggest issue with why they haven't done anything yet, as far as upgrading the AI, is because it was limited to what the system, the game engine could handle. But since they're redoing the game engine, maybe it can handle more and do better.
Here's hoping. I know people have said for a while that they had literally maxed out the game engine. Like there was nothing more that they could do with the engine because it's just, it had used every bit of what it could use.
And if they do what they said and have only the textures that are visible loaded in the next one, it's definitely going to improve the engine by quite a bit. Like, it's going to free up a lot of space.
Yeah, and performance is going to just soar.
You'll be able to play FS with decent quality graphics on a potato.
Oh yeah, I've seen that lots of times, Gary. Absolutely. Where I don't know, it's kind of a double-edged sword at this point. Come on, little dog. Um, I like to have the traffic on because it does add some motion, some movement, a little bit of something to the map. At the same time, the traffic is generally so poor that it's not worth it. All right, Bradley, you have a good lunch, man. Have something tasty for me.
And me.
Mexican food sounds good right now. I could use a good burrito.
Does sound good right about now. You know what else sounds good?
What's that?
Chili. Chili sounds good.
I apparently can't fill this cedar from the silo. Chili would be good. If it's made the right way. I like thick chili.
Yeah, chili you can stand a spoon up in.
Absolutely. There it is.
I was gonna say it might just be being picky again.
Oh, barbecue cheeseburger doesn't sound half bad.
That doesn't sound half bad. A chili cheeseburger.
There you go. Either one is great as long as it's crunchy peanut butter. But at this point, I'd probably have to take a ham and cheese. That's just me, though. I was trying to see if your tractor had made it down here yet.
I got a notification. No, it hasn't. It's coming past the train silo now.
It's slower than I thought it was. Are you still running the Fent with the helper?
No, the helper didn't work out. He kept trying to go the opposite way I wanted him to.
Alright. Well, let me know when he's bloody done, because I don't want to drive the dog any more than I have to when I've got a lovely fence sitting around out there.
But he might work with that because he ain't got but one way to go.
You mean, wait, say what now?
The helper might work with the dog because it doesn't have but one direction to go. It didn't work with me because I had started him off in the middle of a field.
Oh, and he said, nah, I can't figure out which way to go.
Yeah, he went the wrong way.
The only problem is down at the end where there's the pipeline, there's not room for them to turn around.
Oh. Dog eat dog world.
If you feed your dog a hot dog, that would make it a dog eat dog world.
Has anybody ever seen a dog that did not like hot dogs?
Have you ever seen a dog that would turn its nose up at almost anything?
Uh, I've seen a dog turn its nose up at peanut butter.
No.
Yeah,
No way. That's like a dog's favorite food.
I've
Dogs will,
literally seen my dog refuse to eat peanut butter.
that's almost unbelievable.
But then other times, same dog will somehow get the lid off the jar of peanut butter if you leave it out, just to get to the peanut butter.
See, that sounds more like your average dog right there.
But then sometimes won't even touch peanut butter. Makes no sense whatsoever.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Very, very, very confusing.
Well, at least the dog will keep a nice straight line.
Okay, that's a plus.
That's one thing about tracked tractors that make them nice, actually, is they tend to not be as affected by the terrain. I didn't realize you had cleared off the end down here.
Yes, I did. I cut the end off square to try to get the worker to work, and then it decided it didn't want to go the way I needed it to. I mean, if you make a few passes around that way, worker might work. I don't know.
Yeah, it needs to clear out this end in a big way. Or plant this end to give it room. Oh, now your tractor made it down here.
Finally. Took it long enough.
You're the one who wanted it. Wouldn't have been my choice. We got too much equipment on this farm that's the wrong shade of green. And for some reason, I never get to drive the bloody Fent. You're always driving it.
Well, do you want to finish plowing?
That's fine. Just saying. I'm just saying, caveman. Don't bark at me.
Oh.
But
Yeah, I'm
Shark,
always driving the Fent. You're always driving the dump truck.
that's true. Well, Sharko's never in the chat, Bradley. Sharko's usually on the map with us. So I'm not
Uh,
quite sure what your point is there, bud.
Sometimes Sharko does hit or does type in chat as well.
And people have been joining in. It's just not quite as busy today as it has been in the past.
That's very true.
Alright, we'll see if the helper will run the dog.
Hopefully they're smart enough to run the dog.
Let me go see, where did your tractor end up at? Somewhere over here. Oh, yes, right there. Alright, we need a vote. Everybody, what is your thoughts on articulated tractors? Tractors that bend in the middle. Sharko hates them. I hate them. Caveman seems to like them. What's everybody else's viewpoint on the articulateds? Although I think Caveman learned to like them just because he's got a thing for the big bud.
Exactly the reason I learned to like them.
See, I pay attention. Anybody
Now, if the
else?
big bud,
But the big
if it
bud's
wasn't for the big bud, I'd still hate him if it wasn't for the big bud.
the big bud's not as bad as a lot of these other articulated tractors. It seems easier to drive for some reason.
I think it's because of the sheer size of it.
Could be. Well, you've got one fan on your side. Kevin likes them. Louis doesn't mind, but they're not his favorite. Bradley's trying to feel someone up. How could you vote for somebody who doesn't like cheese? I mean, seriously. What kind of a godless heathen doesn't like cheese?
Do you want your Fent now, Harv?
Are you going to take this one over?
If you want, I got the. I got the Fent. Fent's done.
Well, be my guest.
It is barley, right?
Yep.
Just making sure.
Well, we are coming down to the last 10 minutes. Man, this 2 hours has just flown by.
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on, dog. We should just call that tractor the Hound.
The Hound.
Yeah, I remember I watched I watched Game of Thrones recently.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, we were gonna look at our factories real quick since we're coming to the end of it. The sawmill is shut down again.
What's it full of this time?
Well, it is full of barrels.
Huh.
Barrels we don't need. Whiskey production. We've got another almost 3 pallets of whiskey prepared. Hey, take care, Louie. Thanks for coming, man. Always appreciate having you here.
Take care.
130,000 liters of French fries. 13,000 liters of baked potatoes and 16,000 liters of sorted potatoes. And it's barely gone through the potatoes we put in there. Did we ever get that longwood into the pallet production? Yeah, we did, because we got seven more pallets. 7 more pallets of pallets to put out. Spawn those out. Our factories are doing quite well. Almost too well. Oh, I thought you were going to set up your...
I figured I'd finish the headlands.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna go stop this dog and get on this with the fence, if I can catch it.
You should be able to.
I bet there are farmers who play this game that go, I wish it was this easy to hook up implements.
Oh, I can imagine.
I wish it was this easy to maintain these planters and seeders. Can you imagine what a headache that is?
I know how much of a headache it can be to hook up some of this stuff.
I know in the springtime, farm maintenance is a big, big deal, getting ready for planting season and all of that. I mean, it's disassembling, it's... harvest season's no better because they have to do the same thing with their harvesters.
Yeah.
Well, if you can believe it, guys, it's been 1 year. James Campbell, you caught us for the last 6 minutes of the stream, but we appreciate you being here, bud.
Yep.
The 1 year anniversary of Harv's World. As of tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow's the official 1 year anniversary. 1 year ago tomorrow, the first video went up. I was shaking like a scared little schoolgirl. Okay, maybe not quite that bad, but I was very nervous about it. And here we are, a year later. What, 300 videos later? 300 plus. 2,100 subscribers. It's been a darn good year. And that's mostly because of you guys. I mean, I put a few videos up every now and then when I can. But it's you guys keep coming back for more. And I can't say thank you enough. That is an excellent point. An excellent point, Patrick. I'll take a real world forklift over any kind of loader in Farm Sim. All day long and twice on Sunday. Well, thank you, Andrew. Very much appreciate it. You got 4 minutes, Bradley. Bradley's got a question for you, Caveman.
Go ahead and ask.
What mod conflict do you have, Bradley? Let's hear it. I'm using my skills of prestidigitation. Hey, thanks, Kevin. Very much appreciate it, man. You have a good night.
Thanks, Kevin. Have a great night.
You know, when you think about these mods that people make, I mean, it's really impressive the level of detail that they're able to get into them. Well, look at all these
It
different
is.
wheels on this cedar that are spinning all at the same time, based on contact with the ground. I mean, all of these are individually rotating. That is impressive.
Yeah, very.
Bradley wants to plant pumpkins in early July so they can grow in time for Halloween. Can you plow up the ground with it without buying an expensive plowing machine?
Um,
What's your definition of expensive?
Honestly, it depends on how big of a plot you're trying to do. If you're doing something small, you can go get a garden hoe and do it manually. It'll take you a while, but it can be done manually. Or you can get a small tiller uh, and do it that way.
Hey, Patrick, thank you very much, bud. I really appreciate that. Big
Ooh,
shout out for
thanks,
Patrick,
Patrick.
everybody. Oh, and Bradley was talking about real life farming here. I thought he was talking about the game.
I'm assuming he's talking about real life.
Yeah, we used to use a spade or a shovel and just go and dig up dirt, turn it over, chop it up.
Exactly.
That's how we would prepare our garden plots. You know, and maybe like 10 feet by 10 feet, nothing bigger than that with a shovel.
Yeah, when you get to like 20 by 20, that's when you start getting a small tiller. I mean, you can pick up a little gas-powered tiller at Lowe's for like 80 bucks.
Well, guys, it looks like we have hit the witching hour. We're just going to keep planting up this field, get some more barley made so we keep that whiskey flowing. Because frankly, whiskey's what's making most of our money right now. So, Bradley, I'd say you might need to hit Caveman up in Discord because it's 5 o'clock, and 5 o'clock means we got to call it a day.
Yep. Hit me up in Discord and I'll see what I can come up with, alright?
Everybody, as always, we very much appreciate you coming along for the ride. And until next time, which will be Saturday,
Yep.
you all take care.